And joining us for this segment, Mark Frie, Director of the PAC in Tulsa. Welcome, my friend.
Oh, I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me.
Good to finally meet you. I've heard about you, read about you, and I thought, this guy's got to be 10 feet tall.
No, I'm not even close, just 6 feet. But my hair looks good on any day.
It looks terrific.
Thank you, I feel good about it.
I love the part, by the way.
Thank you.
Tell us all about the PAC. My understanding, it was born in, what, 77?
Yeah, I was born in 1977, and it really came out of great foresight from some of the city leaders and the Williams Company, Mr. Williams. They had 2 pieces of property in downtown Tulsa, and originally, we all know what the Williams Tower is. The original plan were to have 2 matching towers, kind of the twin towers of the Midwest. The same architect that designed those twin towers in New York was brought in to work on the project in Tulsa. But then these leaders started talking about the significance of a new performing arts center. At the time, what is known as the Brady Theater was the municipal auditorium and was in need of some major overhaul. And so at that point, they decided to just build the single tower and then put their focus on an adjacent property toward a performing arts center, and we're all glad they did.
It's amazing as you look back at the folk who have walked the boards,
right,
so to speak. Everybody. Ella Fitzgerald opened it.
Yeah, how about that, to bring in?
Yeah, I mean, that's no small thing.
No, it's not.
And go ahead.
Well, and from there, you know, you look just through the years of Tony Bennett and Jerry Seinfeld, and then you look at folks who grew up in the area, like Kristen Chenoweth. She performed at Theater Tulsa in the Williams Theater. Tulsa is definitely a regional destination for the arts, and you know, as we look at ticket sales over the past 10 years specifically, we have thousands of people that come to Tulsa from all of the contiguous states because we have a great local ballet, opera, symphony, and we bring in all these world-class entertainers.
You know, I know for a fact that you're a well-traveled individual. You've been to a couple of goat ropings and I think a county fair or 2, but you've seen other facilities around the country. As a matter of fact, you launched or helped launch the one in Broken Arrow, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And prior to that, I was in New York working for a little theater called Radio City Music Hall.
So I've heard of that.
Yeah. And what really, to me, makes the Tulsa PAC unique is that within the walls, people forget that it's a multi-venue operation. We have the Chapman Music Hall, which is our big daddy of 2,400 seats, but then we have a great intimate theater called the Williams Theater that's 425 seats. We have a couple of different black box theaters. We have an art gallery. It's just a lot going on all the time in that building.
I want to tell you folks at home too, if you have not been there, you need to go. As soon as a show catches your eye that you want to see, do it, because A, there's plenty of parking right by the front door. It's all around the place. B, security is incredible. And C, and this is what impressed me, I've watched the folk who work there and the attitude grow and change with the times. There was a feeling of openness, a feeling of welcome, you're part of the family, and as long as you're here, you're secure and safe. I mean, they take care of their patrons when they walk through the door. You're in their hands.
Well, and we, from day one when I came on board, our #1 priority is to make people feel comfortable, to make them feel safe so they can enjoy the show. And customer service is our #1 priority. I tell my staff all the time that we're in a luxury business. And if people choose to come there and choose to spend their money and their time in the building, we need to do our absolute best to make sure that they feel incredible from the time they hit the front door to the time they leave.
Many years ago, when you were about like this,
yeah,
I spent some time with a guy named Mitch Miller, who had a choral group, traveled around the country, made records back when records were 45s, 78s, 33s. I mean, there was all sorts of records out there. He talked about the future of performance facilities to me. And at the time, it was really a gift. I had no idea that he could foresee the changes coming. But he talked about the changes in such a way that it hit home. He said, one of the things we've got to be careful about is to ensure that each and every performance venue has proper acoustics. Now, I've noticed at the PAC, the acoustics are top-notch.
They definitely are, and we have a variable acoustic system in our halls where, depending upon what type of performance is on stage, you can change the feel and sound of the room by bringing in drape systems or taking them out. We can make it a dead room, we can make it a very live room, and we can not only do that in the Chapman Theater, but we can also do that in the Williams Theater as well.
Well, I tell you, it's a marvelous, marvelous thing that you all have developed there, and the atmosphere is conducive to, you don't have to think about a thing except being comfortable, because that's taken care of. Enjoy the show.
Well, you know, every day I wake up and I turn on the news or read the paper, people need an escape from what's going on in our world. And that, to me, is what the performing arts can provide, far above and beyond what anything else can. And it allows you to just kind of unplug and let the music or the spoken word kind of wash over you. And it's a very cathartic thing when I go to the theater.
Before we get to the big announcement, do you hear back from many performers about their experience there?
Yeah, they always talk about how warm the audience is, and that's a real thing. That, you know, Tulsans are great people, and you know, as I traveled and lived in Dallas and New York, and how I grew up here in treating people that comes naturally to us in green country is different in the other parts of the world. So, you know, our audiences are always very appreciative of the talent they see. We do our best to make sure that we treat the performers better than they're going to be treated anywhere else while they're on the road, because when you're on the road, it's a long haul. And so if we can give them a little bit extra smile or a little bit extra gravy on that fried chicken, we're going to do it.
Ooh, magic word. Did you hear that? The man speaks fluent
That's right.
Oklahoma.
I do.
Okay, there's a big happening going on. There's a change between the city and the PAC. Tell us about it.
So for the first 42 years of the Performing Arts Center's life, they operated as a department within the city of Tulsa, and all of the PAC employees were city of Tulsa employees. When I was hired by Mayor Bynum 2.5 years ago, one of the things that we wanted to look at was how can we operate better? How can we have better flexibility to be able to think outside the box? Because the Performing Arts Center world and performing arts in general requires flexibility. And if you look at the great success of the BOK Center that was opened 10 years ago in Tulsa, part of that success came from the fact that it was able to be managed by an outside entity, SMG. They do a great job with that building and all across the country. So we wanted to be able to try to create that same thing for the Performing Arts Center. And so what we were able to do is the Tulsa Performing Arts Center Trust, who's been a public board since the day that the building was open, took on the management duties of the Performing Arts Center. All of the employees became employees, rather, of the city of Tulsa. Now we're the employees of the trust. And it gives us greater operational flexibility to fundraise, to program, to create partnerships that otherwise you go through the bureaucracy of city government. It's very difficult to be in the performing arts business. So we're thrilled. July 1, we hit the button, and we've had a great start, and we did, you know, nothing blew up, so we're doing good.
That's great news. We got about a minute left. Give the folk at home an idea of some of the talent headed our way.
Well, we've got the Oklahoma premiere of Frozen, which is an incredible Broadway show, and it's such a great show for the kids. And anytime you can have a premiere of a Disney spectacular like that, it's pretty amazing. We've got another great Broadway show called Come From Away that if you don't know what it is, please go look at it. It's another one of those things that's going to just make you smile. And we started a great new educational outreach through the Performing Arts Center called the Orbit Initiative, where we give free access to arts education in 9 different sites across the Metroplex.
That's terrific.
And we've got a lot going on.
Yeah. Hey, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for taking time to come in and enlighten us and share the good news with us, because folk out there who don't know need to know.
They need to come check us out. We'd love to have them.
Mark, thanks,
Yeah,
buddy.
thank you very much.
We'll talk again.
Okay, take care.
We're all out of time for this edition. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.